Welcome back to the lecture series on heat transfer operation. This is Yogesh Landge. In today's lecture, we will see the concept of critical radius of insulation. First, we will see what is the thermal insulation, the definition of thermal insulation. So, the thermal insulation is the reduction of heat transfer, that is, the transfer of thermal energy between the object of differing the temperature. So, the reduction of heat transfer between the object in the thermal contact or in a range of radiative influences. So here we try the insulation, we put it just because to reduce the heat transfer rate. Okay, that the insulation we put on the pipe, it might be on the tank or any the reacting vessel. So we put all this one to reduce the heat transfer from that object. So why there is necessary to use the insulation? The first, to prevent the excessive flow of heat to the surrounding from the process unit or the pipe. To prevent for a protection of personnel from the skin damage through contact with very hot or cold surface. In industries, there are the number of unit operations, the process carried out with having the large temperature, and if unfortunately the certain person maybe the contact, so maybe it can be damage or it can harm the person. So one, to protection of the person. Provide the comfortable environment in the industries. If the continuous the heat generated in the plant, it may have the uncomfortable environment it is produced. So provide the comfortable environment. So first, to prevent the excessive flow of heat, prevent the protection of a personal from the skin damages, provide the comfortable environment in the industry. That's why we put the insulation on the pipe or on the any unit of process or operation. The requirement of insulating material are: what is the property of that material, what type of material it is required for insulating the pipe or it may be the unit. One, it should have a low thermal conductivity. This is the one criteria, it should have a low thermal conductivity. Second is it should withstand working temperature range. Again, it stand the working temperature range, means if the unit operation that is carried out, the process is carried out at 1000 degrees Celsius. Now at 1000 degrees Celsius, is it possible for me to put the what we call the paper insulation or the wood insulation? Then it might be not a case, because there is range. So maybe after a 400 degrees Celsius, it may be the burn. Okay, so look at what is the working temperature range of the insulating material. It is not only to a low thermal conductivity, but again withstand a temperature range. It should have a mechanical strength. Always there is a mechanical strength is very important for the insulating material, because we are wrapping that insulating material. It should easy to apply, non-toxic and readily available. It should not constitute a fire hazard. It should not catch a fire in the industry if the temperature is excess. Okay, so these are the requirements. These are we can call when we select the insulating material. The first selection we look out thermal insulation, means it should have a low thermal conductivity. Then only we can protect or we can reduce the losses from the pipe or from the unit operation. Working temperature range is very important. After that one, second point, we look out the working temperature. What is the working temperature of the material? Then the mechanical strength that we need to check of that insulation into insulating material. They look at the non-toxic, readily available and easy to apply, and there should not be any catch fire by the insulating material. Okay, so this is the certain properties that we need to check before we apply on the unit operation or the processor. Now the examples of insulating materials are as: so cord, the conductivity in the first column it mentioned the material, in the second column the conductivity of it. The cord is 0.025 watt per meter Kelvin is the conductivity, Asbestos, it is 0.1. Glass wool, it having 0.024, and 85% magnesia, it is 0.04 watt per meter Kelvin. So the lowest conductivity if you found, then here it is around glass wool and the cotton. And many industries, they use the glass wool as a thermal insulation material for giving the insulation to the hot pipe, the cold pipe, or to the unit process. After this, once we know why we are applying the insulation, okay, so the main criteria for applying the insulation, it is what? To reduce the heat transfer rate, to reduce the heat losses from the system. But is it true that by putting the insulation always we can reduce the heat losses? Means if I increase the thicknesses, if I increase the thickness of the insulation material, can it is reduces? Then in the certain cases definitely it can be reduces, but the same thing is not possible if we use the cylindrical structure geometry or if we use the spherical structure. I'll give the example of it. Okay, so what is the critical radius of insulation and why we learn the critical radius of insulation? What is the important topic? So let's take a flat plate which having the fixed area. A is the area we consider, and on that one I put it one layer of insulation with the same area. On this one again I try to apply another insulating material. So what happened, I'm giving the one layer, two layer. Because of that, what happened, when I increase the thickness of it or when I put it the number of layers, definitely the heat transfer rate between this flat plate is reduces, because we know that the x, that is the thickness, if I increases, definitely there is a less heat transfer rate between this system, that we learn in the conduction part for the flat plate. So I again apply the another insulation material, same material if I say, with the increasing the thicknesses. Again I increase the thickness with the same area, and what I found, again the heat transfer rate is reduces. But is it true for the cylindrical geometry or the spherical geometry? Because in industry when we are insulating the pipe, so that time definitely what we do, where it is circular in nature, and when it is circular in nature, can by wrapping or by increasing the radius, by increasing the thickness of the insulation, can it reduces the heat transfer rate? Then the answer might be no. Why? Just I tell you. See the equation for the heat transfer rate calculation for the conduction. That is Q is equal to Ka dt by dx. This is the general equation. Okay. K is called the conductivity. A is the surface area on which the heat transfer takes place, and dt, that is differential temperature, and differential x is the differential thickness. Okay, means the x means this thickness. As I increase, obviously inversely proportional to the q, so definitely it is decreases. Delta t here we assuming it is a constant one. Then the k is the conductivity, as we have reduces the conductivity because we are using insulation material, and conductivity at the flat plate and the conductivity for the circular thing, let's consider it is same, so constant thermal conductivity. Now look at the area. Now in the flat plate what happened, the area is same. Is it true for the cylindrical one? Let's check it by the diagram. From that one you can easily understood the concept behind what is the critical radius and why we need to find the critical radius of insulation of wrapping anything. So this is a rectangular plate with a different layer of insulations. Now consider a pipe which having a certain thickness. Now this is the area, surface area is exposed to the surrounding. Okay, so this is the area we calculate on the basis of the surface area. Okay, and that is 2 pi RL. Now on this pipe I wrap a insulating material which having a certain thickness. Now what happened here? Initially the area is this one. The area is 2 pi r1. Let's consider the r1 is the inner radius of it, outer radius of the pipe. Now when I put the insulation material, what happened? The area is increased. If I another insulating material, I increase the thickness of it, then what happened? Again the area, if you comparing the area of this insulation material, when the radius is say r2, and this, let's consider this is the r3 radius, again I increase the thickness of it. what happened? Again the area is increases. When I again want to insulation give, again the area is increased. So what happened? Here the area is less to expose to the surrounding. Here is increase, here is increase, and here is the largest one. And as per the our equation that we say that the Q is directly proportional to the area, means that if the surface area on which the heat transfer rate takes place, if that area is increased, the Q is increased. Now in this circular thing, in the circular case, what happens? Cylindrical structure, it is continuously increase the area. It means what? Q is directly proportional to the A, means the area increase, the Q increase. That is the case. Okay, the same thing is not happened here in the rectangular case. But because of this, can you say that we cannot reduce the heat transfer rate from the pipe or from the cylindrical structure or cylindrical geometry? The answer is no. If we can wrap the insulating material and we can reduce the heat transfer rate even in a cylindrical structure. But for that one, we need to calculate what is the critical radius of insulation. Now, what is that critical radius of insulation? Up to the critical radius, there is a continuously increase in the heat transfer rate. If you draw the graph between this one, then what happens? The Q value is continuously increases as we increase the radius, but up till certain limit, and that limit is called the critical radius. Means at the critical radius there is a maximum heat loss. Let's consider if the second circle, this material, this one, it having the critical radius, this is the critical radius, means up from this center to up to this, if I am wrapping the insulating material up to this, then what happened? Continuously the value of Q is increased, but after that what happened? It is decreased. Means when after this one, if I put it the insulation material, then I reduces the heat losses. Means up to this what happened? Continuously increase. Means if the heat losses, if without wrapping, maybe the less. If I put it the insulation material here, it might be give the more heat transfer rate. Here it might be the maximum one, and after that decreases. So if I put up to this one, then what happened? Maximum heat transfer rate is happen, though whether I have to wrap it or don't wrap it. Okay, so that's why we need to calculate the critical radius of insulation. So this is a circular pipe with a different insulation layers of insulation is mentioned. Now we see what is meant by critical radius of insulation. So from these two examples you might be understood what exactly here. Once we increase the thicknesses of the insulation material, continuously the heat transfer rate decreases, but same thing is not happening here. Here up to the certain limit it is increased and then it goes down. Okay, now look at what is that? It is the outer radius of insulation at which the rate of heat flow is maximum, and that we call it is the critical radius of insulation. Means up to the certain critical radius, as I said, this is the critical radius. So up to the this what happened? Continuously the heat transfer rate is increased, and from this point it decreases. Okay, so this is called a critical radius of insulation. So we have the formula, so let's see one derivation on it, and how what is the formula to calculate the critical radius of insulation that we see. So consider this the pipe, the steam is carried. Consider the pipe, steam pipe is carried. Okay, on this one the insulation material is put. Let's R2 be the radius, outer radius of the pipe. R1 is the inner radius of the pipe. R3 is the outer radius of the insulating material. T1 is the inner temperature of steam. T2 is the surrounding temperature. Consider here the heat transfer coefficient inside is H1 and H2 is heat transfer coefficient outside. K2 is the conductivity of the insulation material. K1 is the conductivity of the pipe, that is the metal. Let's consider these are the surface temperatures. T1 is the surface temperature of the inner pipe, the outer pipe, and the outer radius, the surface of the insulation material. Okay, so this is the diagram. So it gives the heat transfer coefficient inside, heat transfer coefficient outside, temperature T2 outside, inner temperature T1, R1, R2, and R3 are the radius. Now here we try to know what is the critical radius. What is the formula for finding the critical radius? Okay, and critical radius is what? It is that radius on which the heat transfer rate is maximum. So let's draw, just write the rate of heat transfer through the insulated pipe. So we have this derivation considering the heat transfer coefficient, sorry, the what we call the convection heat transfer rate, convection heat transfer, conduction and conduction. So we write this equation for insulation pipe. So the conduction through the pipe, conduction through the insulation material, the outside heat transfer coefficient and inside heat transfer coefficient. On this one we have this equation. Now we take the summation of the resistances. So the summation of the resistances I write as summation of R equals to the 1 upon 2 pi L, and in bracket I am writing 1 upon H1 R1 plus ln of R2 by R1 K1 plus ln of R3 by R2 K2 plus 1 upon H2 by R3. Okay, I take this is equation number 2. Now I put the certain conditions here. What is the condition? So in equation 2, all the parameters except the outer radius of insulation are considered as a constant, because only R3 depends on the thickness of the insulation. So here what we do, outer radius of insulation are considered as a constant because R3 depends only on the thickness of the insulation. And from that one we derive that consider the value of critical radius RC represent the RC, that is R3. We represent the RC is what? R3 is obtained by differential equation 2 with respect to the R3, because we are varying the R3 and equating with the 0. The equation number 2, we are equating the equation number 2 with the 0, and we write as summation of R dr, that is the R3 is the critical radius we consider, 1 upon 2 pi L 0 0. After differentiation of this one, this value is 0, this is a constant, this is a constant, sorry this is not constant, here is the R3 and this is not. So 1 2 these are the 0. So we write as 0 0 1 upon K2 by R3 after the differentiation equation, 1 upon H2 like this one. So this is the equation number 3. So I am considering as equating with the 0. So summation of the R dr is equals to the 0, and after just equating the terms, what I get this equation. Okay, and then again I simplify this equation. So after the simplification, what I got this equation, 1 upon K2. K2 is the conductivity of the insulating material, R3 is the outer radius of the insulation material, upon H2 is the heat transfer coefficient outside surrounding, and R3 is the radius, the outer radius of the insulation material. And once I know the value in terms of R3, it is what given, K2 by H2. Now what is K2? K2 is the conductivity of the insulation material, and H2 is nothing but the surrounding heat transfer coefficient. Means the critical radius is what? It is the ratio of conductivity of the insulating material upon the heat transfer coefficient outside. Okay, so this is the value R3. We can calculate the, how we calculate the R3? We can calculate the R3 on the basis of the conductivity of the insulating material and on the basis of the what is the heat transfer coefficient outside one. So this is the case for cylindrical body. If it is cylindrical body, then I can calculate on the basis of the conductivity of the insulation material and the outside heat transfer coefficient. But if it is a spherical body, then I can calculate on the basis of twice K, the conductivity of the insulation material upon the outside heat transfer coefficient. From this one we can conclude that if the critical radius is greater than the radius of the pipe, then the thickness of insulation up to the RC will increase the heat flow from the pipe, and the addition of insulation thereafter will be reduce the heat loss from the pipe. Means up to the critical radius there is a maximum heat transfer rate. Continuously the heat losses is increases, and after the critical radius it goes down. Okay, so this is the case. Thank you very much for watching the videos.